Let's face it, one of the biggest mistakes you can make is not creating videos because you think you're no good on camera. Maybe you're a perfectionist, or you hate those ums and those ahs, or maybe it's the way you look. You just don't think you communicate a charismatic, professional, or credible vibe. Or maybe you're just worried about what people say. Some people just cringe and go off to dig a hole at the sound of their own voices. Does any of that sound familiar? Well, guess what? Angelina Jolie, Johnny Depp, Nicole Kidman, Reese Witherspoon, and Harrison Ford all have in common. They all hate to watch themselves on camera. Harrison Ford has never seen Indiana Jones. Now that's crazy. He's definitely missing out on a great film. Now, Reese Witherspoon once said, "I can't watch myself. I don't know who feels good looking at themselves. It's torture." Yes, it is. I hate it too. But it doesn't mean we should let it prevent us from creating videos, sharing our knowledge and experience with others, and marketing our businesses. The benefits of sharing your stories and your content will rapidly outweigh the worry about what people think about you, about your performance, and so on. It might give you confidence to know that almost everyone starts out feeling rubbish on camera. If it was something we were good at, we'd probably be presenting Countryfile or Blue Peter. So everyone starts out making mistakes, so now is the perfect time to get started. The sooner you break through that initial cringe factor, the sooner you'll take your business to the next level with video. You see, social video generates over 1,200% more shares than text and images combined. The potential for businesses using video is endless. So if you look at professional marketeers capitalizing on videos at the moment, none of them are amazing at presenting, whether it's Frank Kern, Ryan Deiss, Neil Patel, even Gary Vee. They all started stuttering and fumbling just like anyone else. So if you want to know how to overcome the fear of camera, let me share some hacks that you can really use to get started. So I'll just give a short disclaimer that I'm by no means a presentation expert, guru, mentor, or anything like that. But as a producer or video producer for the last 15 years, I have interviewed hundreds of business owners, CEOs, managers, entrepreneurs that really hated being on camera. So I have quite a bit of experience working with people who feel probably just the same as you do. Preparation is key. You must know ahead of time what content you want to deliver. Either have notes or bullet points. Some people place the notes next to the camera, or you could have someone hold up a sheet of paper with your points. It really helps to break up the topics you want to talk about into small chunks, so you don't try to remember long pieces of information. I wouldn't learn anything off by heart because that would be crazy, and very rarely have I ever seen anyone deliver something on camera that sounds good that's been memorized verbatim. To be honest, it always sounds a little bit robotic. This next method is one I use quite a bit when I'm filming people that really struggle talking directly to camera, which can be tricky. But what I do is I ask them to look to the side of the camera as if they're being interviewed. So that is, I don't ask them to look in and present like into the camera like I'm doing at the moment, but I ask them to pretend that there's someone asking them a question off camera, and this is generally much easier than looking into a cold round lens. It also feels a lot more natural, of course. If you can place someone just to give you an eye line, that is perfect, and then get that person to ask you questions. That's really how it works best. Then it feels more natural and you can really deliver content as you would in an interview. If you think you don't look good on camera and you're just a little bit self-conscious, it's worth investing in a videographer to film your videos. A lot of the time, people look terrible on camera simply because of bad lighting and also because of bad framing. Get these two completely wrong and you could be looking at something from a horror film that actually misrepresents the reality of how good you look. So I'd recommend digital media students or graduates. They're reasonably priced and you can easily find someone talented from your local college. They can not only frame you nicely and create good lighting, they can also give you amazing feedback about your presentation, about your speaking, which is really helpful. Okay, so this is another method I've seen work really well and I've also used it before, visualization. All you need to do here is simply write down your key points, remember them off by heart, just the key points. Next, you simply visualize with your eyes closed and picture yourself delivering the content. Remember to do this as if you're looking at the camera through your own eyes, not watching yourself from a distance. That's something else. Now, this can be tricky at the beginning, but once you get the hang of it and you manage to get through all your content in your head, it tends to be much easier on camera. Try it, it really works. It's also useful if you need to do some public speaking. Another mind trick method to calm you down and help you get into the right state so you feel relaxed speaking on camera is to place a picture of a friend or family member next to the camera. Then literally pretend you're speaking to that person. I found this method online. I haven't actually used it, but I know people that swear by it. Definitely worth a try. Just make sure it's a family member you like, not your mother-in-law or someone like that. Okay, so if all has failed and the methods I've mentioned up till now still have not convinced you that you can speak on camera, here is my secret weapon. The teleprompter. Now the teleprompter is very handy in that you just read from a screen that has a reflected mirrored text from an iPad, and there are lots of different versions, but that's kind of the concept. The text runs in front of you or in front of the camera, so it looks like you're talking to it, like news presenters. For some this works really well and I've seen some great results, but for others it can actually work against you as you will be acting in essence, and if you're not the best actor it can look very kind of cardboard or unnatural and it might seem obvious that you're reading from a prompter. It doesn't always matter, for example, if it's an academic tutorial, but it really depends on your content, your audience, and really your objective. So I'll just mention that I use a mix of prompter reading and notes, and that's what works for me. So that's it. Just to sum up, prepare, don't try to wing it, have notes or bullet points. If you struggle looking into the camera, look to the side as if you are being interviewed. Hire a videographer, take the pressure off filming yourself and look good, also get feedback. Visualize your presentation before delivery, that's a really handy one. Use a photo of someone you know next to the camera and present to them. And lastly, use a teleprompter, or at least try a teleprompter. The most important thing to remember is practice. Like everything and like everyone that started with video, you will improve with time. Now, speaking on camera is great, but it's just one key aspect of the video creation workflow. There is so much more to making videos, from content creation to filming, sourcing videographers, editors, and so on. If you want to find out how to get started with video, click the button above or below or in the comment box and join my Facebook group. I'll be happy to answer any questions you might have on how to get started using video in your business. See you there.